What's up guys, Austin Newman here. Today we're going to be talking about the Weebill-S gimbal. This is something I've had my eye on for a little bit. I bought a Pocket 4K, Blackmagic Pocket 4K last year. I don't use gimbals a whole lot, but I was looking for something that could actually handle it. And I wanted to find a good solution that was strong and small and something that I could just carry and I don't have to feel like I have to bring a whole bunch of extra stuff with me. Enter the Weebill-S from Zhiyun. Technology has advanced a lot, and I want to show you some of the ways that I've been using this gimbal with the Pocket 4K and just kind of some things that I like about it and some things I don't like about it. So the first thing that I noticed about this gimbal when I took it out of the box was how small it is. It's very compact, it's versatile, it's something that I can just slide into a camera bag if I needed to. It actually works out pretty well. Something that I really got accustomed to using on these gimbals that I do use was I was using the tripod, the little mini tripod, as like an extra additional handle if I needed to get some high shots or something like that. And it seems like they had that in mind when they developed this gimbal, because the Weebill-S actually has a little handle tripod and it's actually like a nice little grip. You can actually hold it for quite some time, and actually you can relocate it from the bottom to the top just to kind of give you a little bit extra movement, especially if you need to go to underslung mode or something like that. Another big bonus is that all the motors will lock for storage, so if you do need to slide it into a camera bag, it's really easy. You know it's sturdy and it's not gonna like make a bunch of noise everywhere that you're going. So that's really nice too, that you can actually lock the individual motors. So it's a gimbal. Like I said, I don't use a whole lot of gimbals, but I will tell you about this gimbal. It's smooth. It serves its purpose. It's pretty nice. I took it out the other day to the beach just to get some cool test shots with this thing. The gimbal actually handled it pretty well. It's a pretty tight gimbal. It stays pretty steady and it gets the job done. For me, with a new gimbal, I wanted something that I could focus. I'm using a lot of like SLR Magic Cine lenses on the Blackmagic, and they have like the focus gears and things like that. So it definitely makes it easier if I have like a focus motor. Better yet, I can actually focus it right on the gimbal. It's something that's built in, it's powered from the gimbal, and it's really nicely integrated. And like most gimbals, you can customize the motor output just by clicking a couple of buttons, so it's really easy. And that's another thing I actually wanted to say, is that the modes to get to and the different things, you used to have to just like click one button a certain amount of times to do things. This one has more dedicated buttons to be able to do that. So it's really nice to be able to work through the different modes and know what I'm getting without wondering, well, how many clicks was that? Or how was I going to get that shot? You've got the necessary modes like pan follow, lock, follow mode using the trigger, go mode, which is just an insane mode that actually moves really quickly. You've got POV, which unlocks all of the motor functions. And then you've got vortex mode, which is how you get those sick turning shots. It's a nice little roll move that you can do. And then you've got the classic selfie mode, which is triple clicking the trigger button on the back. Zhiyun actually hooked me up with an image transmission kit. So this is actually a cool little module that you just attach to the bottom of your gimbal. You just hook it into your camera and you can actually monitor what you're seeing, and which actually makes it a lot easier if you are pulling focus. You can use your mobile phone and mount it onto the gimbal. It has this nice little handy kit that you can get to mount your mobile phone really easily to it. It makes something like their other really cool feature with the same Zhiyun Play app, motion control, a lot easier. You can actually control the camera movement and the gimbal movement with your mobile phone. So that's actually a really cool feature. So the biggest thing for me in particular about this gimbal is the fact that it can handle my Blackmagic Pocket 4K with a small rig half cage and the SSD. I might be out there shooting Blackmagic RAW and really need that extra space. So this is absolutely key, that this tiny little gimbal can handle the weight of this camera. Now, like I said, usually with this, I'm using like Cine lenses, so it makes it a lot easier. It balances really nicely. The thing is, you wanna make sure that you're using counterweights in order to handle the cage. If you are planning on mounting your Blackmagic Pocket 4K with a cage, and especially an SSD, you do wanna make sure you're compensating for that extra weight. So I just picked up a couple of little small rig counterweights and just attached them to the side with this clamp. I'll link that stuff down below what I used. Now moving on to a couple things that I don't like about the gimbal. Now these aren't like the biggest deal, but it's just a couple things that I noticed when I was out in the field just kind of testing around. One of the things is that if you have the camera tilted in a certain way, sometimes you won't be able to do a pan follow or actually get any kind of movement out of it. And I think they do this so that they can activate the roll mode and different things like that. And the only other thing is that the the focus motor is just a little bit too large. It's not like overwhelmingly large, but it just kind of seems like a lot of room and space that it's taking up on your gimbal. So it's kind of harder to get some different types of lens combos. I didn't really have any issues with that with my 17mm SLR Magic Cine lens, but I could see how that could end up being a problem down the road if I came across just the right particular lens. But like I said, that's really it. That's really just me searching for things that I don't like, because I was still able to take this gimbal out and just really rock and roll with it. I had a blast using it. It was so easy to transport back and forth. This is going to be a workhorse for filmmakers going forward, because not only can you mount the Blackmagic, but you can also get that half cage in the SSD, which is what a lot of us Blackmagic Pocket camera people really want. So Zayum, thanks for answering that call. Thank you guys for watching. If you did like this video and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this one with post notifications on. And until next time, guys, that's a wrap.